Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to WEXP 88.3 FM, where we do it better. Sponsored by Eon H2O Water. Perfect hydration, perfectly purified, perfect taste.
All right, what's up, people? What's up? Welcome to the East Spot with your girl, Cece. I hope you all had a great weekend. I know I did. It was very relaxing. We got a lot of holiday parties kicking off right now, so I know there was a lot of drunk people over the weekend. So I want to tell you guys that we have a great show for you today. Today we are actually featuring our first East Spot playlist artist. And what that is that every month we're going to be bringing on a new unsigned artist to come up on the show. We're going to play a couple of their songs. We're going to tell you about them. We're going to interview them, and they're going to tell us what they have in store and just let us know what's going down. And today we have the talented, and I do not want to mess up your name because you just told me, but we have the talented LaRon. Is it LaRon?
Yeah. Yeah, you got
LaRon Dale in the house. Welcome to the East Spot. What's up?
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming on. You know, we had a couple of people hit us up to be on the playlist, and me and my team actually went through a couple of them, and we just really was feeling quite a few of your songs, and we just had to really kind of narrow one down. And we was like very excited once we touched base with you and was like you was coming on to the show. So we're very honored to have you because we feel like you have so much skills, and we just really wanted to highlight that today.
That's
good.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. We got to support one another because if we don't, then who will, right?
Exactly.
So why don't you go ahead and tell the audience your name, where you from, and we'll go ahead and get this going.
All right, yeah. Well, what's up, everybody? It's LaRon Dale out of Dallas, Texas. Currently in Dallas, Texas, hometown. I'm an artist. I'm not currently signed to a major label, but I got a bunch of guys that I'm working with. BHMG is our crew, our clique, so to speak. We're an independent label looking for just opportunities, man, to make some waves in this music business. Shout out to Jay Sinatra, the CEO, and the Tavares Green, the co-founder of BHMG, and everybody in the clique, Tizo, Swayze, Eric King, you got Trey Ali, a couple in-house producers, Young Absol, and DJ on the beat. Them's my people, man. There's a bunch of talented artists out there. Some of us are in Texas, some of us are in Florida, most of us are in Florida, but we're all working together trying to make this thing happen.
So that, yeah, you have a big support group. I see a lot of people been tagging about the show and just really showing you a lot of love. And big shout out to your whole team for just putting us together and connecting it and making this even possible right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, none of this would happen without Jay. I got to give Jay his due. He's the hardest working man that nobody knows about right now, but that's going to change. Like I said, him and Tavares put the whole thing together. They're the founders of the label, and man, I mean that man is constantly just doing what he can to put on for us and to make things happen. So big props to Jay Sinatra.
Big props to him, definitely. He seemed like a really cool cat. So I wanted to go ahead and just jump into a couple of questions I have for you. And the first one is, can you tell us what inspired you to do music? What was it?
Man, I mean, music has kind of been in my blood, honestly, since birth. You know, my mom was heavily involved in music. She's a singer. And then my mom and my aunt and her husband at the time kind of started this gospel group back when I was a kid called Doxology. and they had an album, and kind of going around the city and touring different churches and performing and whatnot. And kind of ever since then, seeing them perform and seeing them practice, because I was always dragged to all the practices and whatnot. That kind of deeply embedded music into my DNA. And then my stepfather is also a musician. He plays bass guitar and guitar, and he was constantly, playing records. I grew up listening to Weather Report and Earth, Wind and Fire, and all kinds of classic bands, and that pretty much did it for me. And then once I heard Louis Armstrong, that got me, wanting to play the trumpet. And so I think around 4th or 5th grade, I think it was 4th grade, I picked up the trumpet and started playing that. And turns out I had a gift, and ended up being first chair in just about every band I joined. So that was great. And I had a little ear for the piano too, so I played that by ear. So just playing instruments, singing. I sung in just about every church choir. So the classic, black kid growing up in church singing in the choir type stuff turned into a adult musician. So, it's the same story.
So, not only do you rap, you also sing.
I can sing. Swayze is a singer in the group. I'm not.
Okay.
I don't sing by trade. I can carry a tune. I can sing to my girl, but I don't.
Right, you can
I'm
sing
not
in the
an
shower,
R&B artist.
right?
Yeah, I can throw down in the shower, but I'm not an R&B artist.
Okay. So we're not gonna hear no ballads from you or nothing like that. So.
Nah, nothing like that.
Got that.
Unless I do something like like Puffin Big did with the Player Hater track, I might do something silly like.
Hey, well, you can do a T-Pain move, That seems to
I'm
be
good.
working for a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm good.
So tell us, what so far has been, let's say, the hardest challenge so far? I mean, are you looking to get signed, or you want to, you have your record company, so you're going to stay an independent artist, correct?
Yeah, so what we're trying to do as far as the label is concerned is we're just trying to put as much quality content as we can out there, and hopefully it catches somebody's ear. And, ideally what we would want to do is get some kind of distro deal where we can stay BHMG, but, have access to distribution from one of the major labels so we can, actually reach, the masses and whatnot. So I think that's our collective goal as a group.
Okay. Well, yeah, I feel that. You hear a lot more artists these days just not really even going the whole major record label, move and being more independent, making their own groundwork, and pretty much just cutting out the middleman and just doing all the work yourself.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no need for it. I mean, if you find, and, I was really fortunate. Tizo kind of pulled me back into the industry because I had stopped doing music for years. And, just by, I guess you want to call it, or luck or whatever, I ended up linking with all these guys, and it's been beautiful ever since.
So it's kind of like the music is just calling you. Can't get away from it, really.
Yeah, man, I tried, man. I really tried.
So let us know. So what do you do this for? What do you do your grind for? Is it for you? Is it for your kids? Like, what keeps you going with it? Because it is a tough industry to get involved in. What keeps you going?
Yeah. I feel like the only way you can do music is if you love it. Because, we spend our times, especially as adults, doing a lot of things that we don't want to do because we have to do them. So there's no point in, doing something that's this difficult and this time-consuming and this draining, with regards to your energy and your force and all that, unless it's something that you really believe in, something that you're really passionate about, something that you love. So it's the love, man. Like I said, I tried to get away from it, but not because I didn't want to do music, just because I felt like there wasn't a lane for real artistry at the time. Once trap music really took off and kind of took the I don't want to be insulting. I can kind of be a little blunt at times, but once the lyrics got taken out of it, I just kind of I didn't want to really Can I curse on this?
Now, are you thinking about a certain artist when you make that comment?
No, I'm not speaking about a certain. No, I'm not speaking about a certain artist. I'm just saying I feel like there was an era that where music kind of changed. Because I grew up listening to Outkast. Now, Outkast was my favorite group. Andre 3000, shout out to him. Is my favorite rapper of all time. So Outkast was a huge influence for me. Obviously, Tupac was a huge influence for me, and Biggie and everybody else that was coming up around that time. So that wave kind of died down, and you had this new wave come in, and it was more kind of about, just the beat, so to speak, more so than the lyrical content. It just kind of, it's kind of turned me off, and I kind of got away from it for a little while.
Right. And how do you think, as far as like now, because now you have technology, which plays a huge part. You can have artists out there that's not really all that great, but they have a huge following, and right now that's what sells is a huge following.
Yeah, I feel like right now it's more about personality than talent. Yeah, I don't like it. I really don't. I mean, just as a purist, I don't like it because I feel like there should be purpose to your music. I feel like a lot of people do music simply for the fame and the money and the notoriety and everything else that it brings, but they don't really have a deep meaning or purpose to what they're doing. It's just how can I get on? How can I be famous? How can I get money? How can I get girls? All that type of silly shit. And unfortunately, it's just personality sells. So if you can, get Instagram famous or Twitter famous or whatever the fuck, and get a good producer to work with you that can put some beats together to make people move, play some silly shit over a track, you got a career. And I don't mean to sound like the bitter nigga, but I don't like that shit. I just don't like that shit.
No, I feel you, and I'm sure it's a lot of artists that feel the exact same way. I mean, it's the same thing when they first had did some of these reality shows, like The Voice and what is that other one that Simon was on? I can't remember, but a lot of artists was actually mad because it's kind of like you have all these artists that grind out, that worked hard to get their music played, to get in front of people. And then you got these people who just go on TV, and then they blow up. Not hating on any one of them. Fantasia, can't really say Ruben Studdard because it kind of came and gone, but it wasn't even rap. But what I'm saying is that you have these platforms that just makes it more easier for people and for artists that like you, and you kind of sound like more of the old school route to where you grind out, you do your footwork instead of, taking the shortcut, so to speak.
Yeah, no, I can't downplay opportunities that those type of shows bring to real artists. Like, you mentioned Fantasia specifically. She's actually talented. So anybody that's actually talented and you can tell actually loves what they're doing and has a purpose behind it, I got nothing but love and support for them. It's to me, like I said, it's just you can kind of feel when the music is real and when the music is just a means to an end, and that's where the difference is for me.
I feel that. And on that note, I want to go ahead and play your song. And why don't you go ahead and introduce it to us? We're going to go ahead and get into that song and come back, and you can tell us more about it.
Okay, yeah. So this is Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom was one of the last songs that I did for my album. And the inspiration behind it, honestly, was a lot of the Kaepernick stuff. At the time, Kanye was kind of, doing his first little I'm Insane tour, to promote his music and whatnot. And I just felt like I had to talk because the other issue that you have when you have all these artists who have gotten into it for the wrong reason is they don't utilize their platform. And I feel like that's a real problem because music can give you just an incredible platform. It can give you an opportunity to really influence change in this world and do something positive. And I feel like, in our, especially, in America, as African Americans, man, there's a lot that we could address, and it's just not being addressed. Yeah. And that's everybody from the artists to the athletes, man. And I felt like I had to say something about it, so that's where it came from.
Right. So we're going to go ahead and get in Uncle Tom, and we'll be right back.
Say jump, niggas say how high. White man say Trump, niggas say that's right. Uncle Tom, man, nigga. Uncle Tom, man, nigga. Uncle Tom, man, nigga. Look at that, Uncle Tom, man, nigga. Yeah. White man say jump, niggas say how high. White man say Trump, niggas say that's right. Yeah. Uncle Tom, man, nigga. Uncle Tom, man, nigga. Uncle Tom, man, nigga. Look at that, Uncle Tom, man, nigga. Let's do the math. How many niggas in the league got a back? How many niggas do you need for the snap? How many niggas took a knee after cap while the racists clap at the anti-black rhetoric from the mouth of the heretic in the White House? Old man with a pair of tits and a tight mouth, old damn with a heritage. To wipe out the whole damn league took a knee right now. But Jerry Jones took the whole team down. They didn't cause bluff because they don't give a fuck. None of them can approach me now. Oh damn, look at that. Whole damn league got a rule for the flag. Whole damn league put a noose on that ass. Whole damn league 70% black. But it don't matter long as checks get fatter. Don't play that shit, man. Fuck this rapper. I just bought a race and I couldn't be happier. Wife named Kate and she ain't got nappy hair in my life. Great house, nigga, and it's nice in here. Neighborhood gates, keep your broke niggas out of there. Hold up, wait, why the cops got a light in rear? It's okay, when they see me, I be in the clear. Nope, still a nigga here. White man say jump, nigga say how high. White man say Trump, nigga say that's right. Uncle Tom, man, nigga. Uncle Tom, man, nigga. Uncle Tom, man, nigga. Look at that, Uncle Tom, man, nigga. White man say jump, nigga say how high. Black man get money, nigga take his life. Uncle Tom, man, nigga. Uncle Tom, man, nigga. Uncle Tom, man, nigga. Look at that, Uncle Tom, man, nigga. Here we go again. Yet another nigga getting killed by his skin. Yet another nigga getting shipped to the pen. Real niggas kill more brothers in the clan. Shot X10, but George my man still breathing. I don't get it. How's motherfucker still taking up minutes? Yet another brother getting RP missions. Fuck this shit, y'all gotta be tripping. Can't win with y'all niggas, no Scott T. Pippen. Say it right now, man, stop these killings. Giving all these white folk ammunition. When they say the niggas are animalistic. How we gonna win if we cannibalistic? How we gonna win if we can't be altruistic? Niggas telling niggas used to be the overseers. Now niggas telling niggas is the way the whole rest is. Crack that whip, get back to work, please. Fuck that bitch, get a bag, leave a bleeder. That's that shit, leave a black mother grieving. Quick to pull a trigger cause you scared to take a beating. By the way, anybody got a problem with the things I'm saying, I challenge you to a boxing match in the ring. Gloves and all. Real shit. I can hear you niggas now. Fuck that nigga, gang, gang, pow, pow. You ain't from the streets, you don't understand clout. Bust that trigger, talk that shit now. I ain't from the streets, man. Listen, man. They ain't shit, just another nigga down and the world goes round cause white man say jump, nigga say how high. Black man get money, nigga take his life. Uncle Tom, man, nigga. Uncle Tom, man, nigga. Uncle Tom, man, nigga. Look at that, Uncle Tom, man, nigga. Yeah. White man say jump, nigga say how high. Yeah. White man say Trump, nigga say that right. Yeah. Uncle Tom, man, nigga. Uncle Tom, man, nigga. Yeah. Uncle Tom, man, nigga. Look at that, Uncle Tom, man, nigga. I meant that shit, by the way. Only conditions, no professional boxers or athletes, cause that shit ain't fair. And you must submit a written explanation for why you have a problem with my lyrics, so the world can know what you're fighting for. For real. Deo.
Man, that song is hot. When I first heard it, I had to actually bump it in my car, because I tell everybody that's my test. And I had to bump it in my car, and I was like, man, this is hot. I had to put it on replay. So why don't you tell everybody where they can find that song and just all your music? Where can they follow you at?
Man, it's everywhere. I got that's on my album, Deo Volume 1, Pacified Negroes is the name of the album. It's on Apple, Spotify, Google, anywhere you can find music and stream it, it's on there.
Yeah, I'm feeling that. I think you're going to get a lot of downloads for this one. I have it on my iPad. I have it on my phone. So I got it everywhere. Yeah. It's in my playlist now. So
that's love. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. So I do have this one question, and I feel like you kind of already answered this, but this is my question I have for everybody. When did you first fall in love with hip hop?
I think I first fell in love with hip hop probably. I'm gonna say Snoop's first album. Yeah.
Classic.
I think that's when I really fell in love with hip hop. Snoop's first album. There was so many classics on there, and I listened to it over and over again. I wanted to be from LBC. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be a California nigga listening to that. It was just the vibes. It was so wavy, man. I loved everything about it. So, I mean, I had liked, hip hop before, and I was listening to it before, but Snoop's album really brought me, all the way in.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Well, I went so many during that era. I'm just thinking about that album. So why don't you tell us what's on the agenda for you for 2019? What can we expect?
Well, for 2019, man, we're really trying to make some moves. This past year was just about kind of getting everything established. The team really grew over the year. It started off. I don't know how it started off because I wasn't there in the beginning. But just a quick little synopsis of how it all came together from my perspective. Tizo, who's one of the artists on the label, is he's my family. His sister married my brother. And so we started kind of talking about music randomly because my brother put us all together in this group chat everybody had an iPhone, so he put us all together in this group chat because we were all groomsmen. So it was called the Black Man's Eight. So Tizo was in the group chat, I was in the group chat, and all the other groomsmen were in the group chat. And Tizo eventually started sharing some of his music, and then I took it upon myself to respond to him individually and give him feedback because, I had been doing music before, and we kind of just started corresponding back and forth about the music. And that kind of bled into Tizo eventually in February telling me he wanted to do a mixtape with me. And like I said, I hadn't done anything in years, and I was like, yeah, that sounds like fun. So we did the mixtape, and in the midst of doing the mixtape, he was working on another mixtape that he was doing by himself, and I did a feature on one of those songs. And it just so happened that Jay Sinatra also did a feature on that song. So when he sent the feature over to Jay, Jay heard my verse, and he was like, yo, who is this guy? So that's how we linked up. And then, maybe a month or two later, I was officially, in the clique, so to speak. So it was me, Tizo, Jay Sinatra, and Swayze. There was a couple other people at the time, but they didn't really do anything. So, Anyway, it was just the four of us. We did a track together called Four Horsemen, which is actually on my album. And
that was hot.
And then I guess, everybody brought it on that one. It was a competition trying to see whose verse was the best. So far, I'm the one that gets the most votes for having the best verse. So I'm the king right now. So y'all niggas got to come for me.
Wow, they're listening.
But anyway,
they're listening.
Yeah, I know they're listening. That's why I like it, though. I like the competition, and that's the other thing I love about these guys, man. It's just everybody's so talented that we all push each other, and and that's what's beautiful. And I think that you can only get better when you work with a bunch of talented people who can actually push you. But I'm giving you a long answer to a short question. But as far as 2019, man, we're trying to take it to the next level, take our business a little bit more seriously, do things more in order, make sure that we have all of our, T's crossed and I's dotted, so to speak. But we're working on a compilation album for the entire label with the new guys that just came on with Eric and Trey Ali. And Tizo and I have a couple of things that we're working on because we've discovered kind of inadvertently throughout this whole process that we are a phenomenal duo. So we're kind of transitioning from being two individual artists who sometimes work together to being more of a duo who sometimes do, individual stuff. So we've been working on some music under the moniker of DTX, which you can translate as Dayo and Tizo, or you can translate it as Dallas, Texas, since we're both from Dallas. But, we got a mixtape out right now called The Pink Room. It's really hot. It's X-rated. So, don't play it around the kids. But, if you're trying to set the mood, it can definitely do that for you. No, Pink Room is not on iTunes. Pink Room is on SoundCloud. It's on BandLab. It's on DatPiff. Anywhere you can find a mixtape, you can find Pink Room. But we do not own those beats, so we are not selling them for profit.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Well, we're definitely going to put all your information out so everybody know where to follow you, and we'll actually let everybody know where they can follow you at.
Yeah, I'm real easy, man. Everywhere I'm LaRon Deo. I don't, do nothing silly, so just you can follow at LaRon Deo. That's on Instagram. That's on Twitter. I'm not on Facebook because fuck Facebook. But LaRon Deo is LIRONDAYO. And that's it, man. All of my stuff is on there.
Okay. We're going to have to get into why you say fuck Facebook, but that's a whole nother show. Because I'm like, wait a minute, that's one of my platforms. I need Facebook. But that's dope. So, as you bring out new music and you got new, projects coming up, definitely hit us up. Come back on the show. We would love to have you again and promote whatever you're doing, because this station is all about promoting unsigned artists, and that's all the music that we're going to be playing here. So we definitely would love to have you back on the show.
Absolutely, man. It's been a pleasure. I appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for tuning in and coming on to the E-Spot. Everybody, I am going to put all of his information on IG, on YouTube, on Facebook. I didn't say fuck Facebook, but I am putting all his stuff on Facebook as well, so you guys can have all his information. Download Uncle Tom. I have it in my playlist. It's a dope song. I have a couple of other songs from him that I will be playing, so make sure you guys stay tuned in to the E-Spot. You guys can go ahead and follow us on Facebook at The Eon Experience, on IG at The Eon Experience as well, and you can also follow us on YouTube at The Eon Experience, WEXP 88.3 FM. You want to go ahead and give any shout-outs or anything before we leave?
I think I gave all the shout-outs to the crew. I will give one more shout-out, though, to one special person who doesn't get enough love or appreciation for what she does to help me do what I do and be supportive and whatnot, and that is my wife, Camille. She's listening right now. I love you, and I appreciate you.
Aww. What's up, Camille? You know what they say, behind every strong man is a powerful woman, behind them and supporting them. So big shout-outs to that. It's nothing like having that support system.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for coming on to the E-Spot. This is a short 30 minutes. It goes by so fast when you're having good conversations with good people.
I'm sorry. Can I say one more thing?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I just got a text. I got to shout out my boys who are listening right now, Sean, Quincy, Jay Diggs, and DJ. I see y'all. I love y'all. Shout out to y'all.
That's what's up. Don't forget nobody. You sure we got like a minute left? You sure you're not missing nobody else?
I throw my brothers in there. I mentioned my brother earlier because he's the reason I even linked up with Tizo in the first place, because he married his sister. So my brother Nick, I love you. My little brother John, who I don't see enough, I love you too.
That's what's up. All right, well, make sure you guys stay tuned to the E-Spot every Monday at 8 p.m. Thank you guys for tuning in, and much love. And we're out.